Jordan Ridley has injured himself again. It looks like he will be out for another 6 weeks. So that will take him through until at least round 2 or 3 at the earliest. And then he would probably need another couple of weeks to get your match fitness up and all that sort of stuff. So his injury problems are continuing. I feel really bad for him. I know what a lot of the comments will be. They'll say, how long are we going to put up with this? He's only played 100 out of a possible 200 games. But the reality is he's a contracted player. He's in it for the long haul. We've got a new fitness team and we do need to get this right. It's not end of season or anything like that. A month into the season, hopefully he'll be right to go. But it's just another blow. It's another blow in his preparation. And it's a big mental blow for him as well. You can only imagine how he would be feeling now, knowing that he's done another soft tissue injury yet again. We'll just have a look at the news as it stands. Jordan Ridley's nightmare soft tissue run took another shattering turn, with the star defender to be sidelined for an extended period. Essendon defender Jordan Ridley is facing another 6 weeks on the sidelines with a suspected serious calf injury. His nightmare soft tissue problems continued on Friday morning when he hurt his calf at training. The injury-plagued backman has had scans and will meet with the club's high performance and medical staff across the weekend to discuss another recovery. It's a shattering blow for Ridley, who briefly considered a trade last year and met with the Brisbane Lions over his injury frustrations. The club overhauled its high fitness staff to help get on top of its injury woes, but despite the considerable optimism around the program, Ridley has gone down again. He is expected to miss at least the first month of the new season, as the club will be cautious with his latest rehabilitation. It's a second serious setback for Ridley this pre-season after a hamstring injury before Christmas. You kind of wonder what happened, don't you? Did he try to come back a little bit too early? Does one injury affect the other? I'm not sure. I'm not a physiologist. I think he's just one of those players that just happens to be injury prone. But the club's fitness staff do deserve the time, and they deserve the patience to be able to get this right. They are new to the club, Matthew Innes and co. So hopefully they can get this right, because this is a blow. But what does it mean for the team? Well, I was kind of hoping, and we're all hoping, that our backline would be consisting of the three big pillars down there, Ridley, Mackay and Reid. Well, Ridley is not going to be there at least for the first month of the season. So is Kondogiannis ready yet? I think it's highly unlikely they would be playing him early. He did show a lot in the practice game on Friday, and he did look a little bit like Jordan Ridley. I mentioned that in my take on the game when I was watching him, and that's what they were saying when he was recruited. He looked a little bit like Jordan Ridley, plays like him. Hopefully he's not as injury prone, but it would be a big call to, it'd be a big call to bring someone like that in. I think they'll probably go with Mackay, Reid, Redman, McGrath, maybe Nguyen, because of the two small Hawthorn forwards down there, and perhaps someone like a Pryor or someone like that. I'm kind of thinking in a thought bubble kind of way. I haven't got the team in front of me, but I think it would be unlikely someone like Kondo would be in the team so early. But nevertheless, Ridley is out of the team for the short term, but it's not season over or anything like that, and we do have to remember that. In other more positive news, Sam Durham has extended his contract. He was contracted until I think the end of 2028, but he's extended it for 2029, 2030, 2031, and now 2032. So he's going to be with us for at least the next 7 years. This is good news, not just because you want to lock away good players, but I also think it sends a really good message to the playing group. If you've got the club's, one of the club's premier young midfielders who's said basically by doing this that he's committing and believes in the future of the club, then that sends a really, really good message to all the other young players at the club as well. If Sam Durham believes it, well, it would be hard for the others to walk away, wouldn't it? So I think that's a really good sign. Here is the article. Just have a little bit of a look at it. The Essendon Football Club is proud to announce that star midfielder Sam Durham has signed a 4-year extension, tying him until 2032. The deal ensures Durham remains a Bomber for the long term, a move that highlights his unwavering belief in the club's trajectory. By recommitting now, the 24-year-old has officially bypassed free agency and the potential lures of league expansion with the introduction of Tasmania. It goes on. We won't read everything here. Just a little bit of what Sam has to say. I have great faith in this list and in Brad Scott and the coaches to take us where we need to go. There's a real sense of confidence in the program. We're working hard every day to get better, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. Recently elevated to the club's leadership group, he's felt a deep responsibility to repay the club that took a chance on him. From where I started now, he says, but to being in the leadership group, I'm all in on helping our younger players grow, and I'm pumped to commit my future to the Bombers. So that is some good news. He played okay today. I'm led to believe he might have had a slight little ankle roll that's nothing serious that made him come off towards the end of the game. He played pretty well in the first 3 quarters. So in fact, our midfield I thought did generally pretty well today, all up, especially Caldwell and Parrish. But great news that Durham has re-signed with the club until 2032. That's the main news coming out of the club at the moment. There's obviously little bits of injury tidbits here and there. I've been going on about them as I've been down to training over the course of the last few weeks. Nothing really much has changed there. But a little bit of information about Elijah Sartis, because there was a bit of talk about why he was playing in the VFL and not in the AFL match. There was about 27 or so listed players who were available to play in the senior match, and Elijah wasn't one of them, but he was playing in the VFL. But the assistant coach, Ben Jacobs, did address that. Here's what Ben Jacobs said on Elijah Sartis. He came off limited preparation. He had some soreness 2 to 3 weeks ago. He's been compromised in terms of his preparation. With 8 on the bench today, his minutes would have been compromised. We're letting him have full minutes in the VFL, which I do think makes sense. If you look at the practice match on Friday that was played, it's no doubt that Brad Scott was looking in that and wanted to at least replicate our A-grade midfield, minus Merritt, because Merritt was getting rested today because of the state of origin, but minus Merritt, they were looking at replicating what they hoped to be our main midfield going into round 1. So they had Caldwell in there, they had Durham in there, they had Parrish in there, and they even had Roberts in there. And Sartis, as we know, is a fringe player. There's nothing wrong with saying that. And I don't necessarily think that guarantees that he'll be playing VFL necessarily. I think Sartis might be kind of next cab off the rank. If one of those 4 players, Durham, Merritt, Parrish, Caldwell, maybe Roberts, depending if Roberts is going to play more midfield time this year, is unavailable, or perhaps 1 or 2 of them, I think there's a reasonable chance Elijah Sartis can play in the senior side. But if they're all available, then he probably won't. So I don't see anything necessarily wrong with this. They're probably saying, without really saying it, that they don't consider him part of the best 23. But if you're let's say the 25th best player, if you were to rank the playing list, and you're just outside the best 23, you've still got a pretty good chance of playing week in, week out if you're available. So I thought that was just interesting, and I thought it would be good to clarify what's going on there, because a lot of people have were commenting on social media today that Sartis was playing in the VFL, and it's not a good sign. But it does kind of make sense that if you're going to be playing your A-grade midfield in the senior side, and you want Sartis to get some minutes and some game time, it's probably a good thing that he does so in the VFL. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this update on some Essendon news. Like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It always helps the algorithm when you do that, and I appreciate every subscription. I really do. Have a great day, everybody, and as always, go Bombers!